So when I was making my video on the MTL Pounder Custom and the Ocelot Swinger, the two confirmed vehicles of the Nightclub update so far, it completely slipped my mind that there was almost another confirmed vehicle that I totally forgot to talk about. Now, even though Rockstar haven't mentioned it, the only reason we know about this is because of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto Online data files, which is pretty much a confirmation that this vehicle is going to be in the Nightclub update. So let's talk about what that vehicle is. That vehicle is the Terbyte. Now, we don't have a ton of information on this vehicle. Really, the only thing we know is that it was found in the files, sort of like Rockstar's developer tunables, and because of that, we know it's going to be coming out in the next update. So FunMW2 and WildBrick found a code for a new vehicle called Terbyte. And in those lines of code, they also found that 8 older cars are going to be available for purchase. The Futo, Ruiner, Hearse, Prairie, Serrano, FQ2, Habanero, and Patriot. All of those vehicles you can find on the streets of Los Santos. You can store them in your garage, but you can't buy them on a website. So it looks like Rockstar are going to be putting them on some of the older websites. And they got that data from the developer tunables when Rockstar accidentally published them. Now, there are actually 8 hashes left to decode, so those could be existing vehicles in the game that might be available on the website, or those might be new cars, but unfortunately, we haven't been able to decode those. So let's talk about the Terbyte. What do we know about it so far? Well, really the only thing we know is the name of it, and we also know that it is not going to be a drip feed vehicle. According to FunMW2, because the vehicles have the same value as the ones released in Southern San Andreas Super Sport Series, it has to be available from the start, and it would not be available as a part of the drip feeding. So because we know that, and because we know the name Terbyte, we can kind of speculate what that vehicle is going to be. And I don't know about you guys, but the name Terbyte, even though that might be a code name, sort of gives off an electric hypercar, sports car, super bike sort of vibe. So that's what I think we're going to be getting out of this. It's either going to be a sports car, supercar, or a motorcycle. And it kind of sounds like it could be electric in some way, shape, or form, just based off of the name. Now, unfortunately, we don't know what brand this is going to be, whether it's going to be a new brand or an older one like Pegassi or Grotti or Progen. I'm really not too sure. All I know is that Rockstar have been trending with supercars in 2 directions. Number 1, electric vehicles, and also number 2, concept cars. So some recent concept cars they've added in the game was the Tesseract, also the Debauche Wagner, which is a Aston Martin hypercar concept. So recently they've been adding less and less like established real supercars and more of the electric concept hypercars that don't really exist yet. There might just be like 1 or 2 prototypes of those vehicles. So that sort of seems to be like the vibe Rockstar is going to be going here. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What vehicle do you think the Terbyte is going to be? Is it going to be something like the new Tesla Roadster 2.0? Is it going to be a crazy hypercar that we haven't really seen all that much of yet? Is it going to be a traditional supercar, maybe something from the Lamborghini or Ferrari family? I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below on what you think this is. Now, another reason why I think the Terbyte would make sense as a new electric supercar, sports car, hyperbike is because it would kind of fit in with the Nightclub DLC theme. That's going to be about techno, electro music, nightlife style. That's kind of what I'm thinking and why I also believe it's going to be sort of in that category. So all I know is if this is Rockstar's last DLC before Red Dead Redemption 2, you can guarantee that there's going to be a lot of supercars in this update. I'd say the vehicles that sell the most would probably be like the nostalgia old school cars. So like the Vapid Ellie and the Jester Classic would have sold really well. And then of course the fancy fast supercars. So I think that there's going to be lots of vehicles like the Terbyte, fast supercars. And I also think there's going to be lots of vehicles like the Ocelot Swinger, those iconic classic vehicles that you've maybe seen in a TV show or a film. So I'm really excited about this. This is basically our 3rd confirmed vehicle in this update. And then, of course, the 8 existing vehicles that are going to be adding to the in-game website. So essentially, we know that there is going to be 11 confirmed cars coming, 3 of which being new, the Terbyte, Ocelot Swinger, and then the MTL Pounder Custom. And then after that, there's 8 vehicle hashes that have still left to be decoded, and no one has figured out what they are so far. So they might be new vehicles, they might be older vehicles. At this point, we really don't know. So as of right now, that gives us a grand total of 19 vehicles. It looks like at a minimum, we should be expecting in the Nightclub DLC. Now again, most of those are going to be older ones that are just going to be added to the website. 3 of those are new, and then 8 of those are unknown. Could be a mix of new cars, could be a mix of older vehicles, because the list that we've seen so far, the Futo, Ruiner, Hearse, etc., those aren't the only vehicles that can be found in single player that aren't available on the online website. You've got vehicles like the Mañana that are still out there, and a whole lot more. So I think there's a good chance they could be older vehicles, but at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today regarding the Terbyte supercar or superbike or whatever it's going to be called, and the 18 other sort of confirmed vehicles that we know so far are going to be coming out in the Nightclub DLC. But again, let's focus on the Terbyte. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on that in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.